The Nigerian Senate has passed the conference report on Petroleum Industry Governance Bill. The bill was passed after Senator Tayo Alashu-Adura, Chairman Senate Committee on Petroleum Upstream, presented a conference committee report on the Petroleum Industry and Governance Bill.
The committee recommends for the adoption and approval of the harmonized version of the bill as follows: that the Senate do consider and approve the conference committee report on a bill for an act to provide for the governance and institutional framework for the petroleum industry and for other related matters 2018 as recommended. Conclusion. On behalf of the members of the conference committee, we wish to thank the National Assembly for the opportunity given to us to work on the bill.
Commenting on the conference committee report, President of the Senate, Bukola Saraki, says the passage of the bill has shown the investor that National Assembly is very responsible in the area that have to do with the law that governs country petroleum sector.
Approve the conference committee report on the Petroleum Industry and Governance Bill 2018. Say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. I want to join others in commending the committee, not only the Senate committee and also the House committee, in being able to put together these conference report that's come before us. I think one of the challenges has always been the fact that is to be able to get consensus on an issue as important as this, and I'd also lay the foundation for the other bills that are coming. And I think we have again shown to not only investors in the country and outside the country that this National Assembly is very responsible in his area to do with laws regards the petroleum sector. So I commend you for this, and I'm sure with this we'll hopefully get the assent of Mr. President and open a new page in the petroleum industry in Nigeria.
The bill, which seeks to change the way things are done in the oil sector, is expected to be sent to President Muhammadu Buhari on Friday, March 30th, for its assent. If signed into the law, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation will be unbundled and it will start running like a proper business unit.
As part of the drive for infrastructure development in the country, the federal government has approved the sum of 20.8 billion naira for the rehabilitation of failed portions of the Ikorodu-Shagamu Expressway in Lagos. The approval, which was granted at the Federal Executive Council meeting chaired by President Muhammadu Buhari on Wednesday in Abuja, following a proposal by the Minister of Power Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, seeks to bring succor to motorists plying that route for easy flow of traffic. Lai Mohammed, Minister of Information and Culture, explained that President Buhari okayed the contract, considering the fact that the road will reduce travel time and operational costs for transporters and commuters. In his words, the significance of the award of this contract is that it will reduce road accidents and loss of lives. Of course, it will reduce travel time and operating costs for transporters and commuters. And more importantly, it will enhance the movement of petroleum and agricultural products and also facilitate other commercial activities within that area. This approval is coming when President Muhammadu Buhari is currently on a state visit to Lagos State to commission some projects executed by the Akinwumi Ambode administration in the state.
Nigerian Senate has given Inspector General of Police Ibrahim Idris 48 hours to produce in court the two suspects earlier paraded for illegal possession of firearms allegedly supplied by Senator Dino Melai from Kogi West. This is sequel to a point of order by Dino Melai, who cited Order 43, drawing the attention of the Senate to a news regarding a jailbreak where the two suspects he was accused of having escaped. alleging that the accused person have either been released or killed. Melaye, however, vowed to sue the Inspector General of Police for intimidation, abuse of power, and mental assault if these suspects are not produced dead or alive.
This morning, Mr. President, there is a reported case in Lokoja that there was jailbreak at 5 a.m. this morning and the two suspects have escaped. Mr. President, we were all supposed to appear before the Lokoja High Court this morning. Lo and behold, my lawyers were in court at 9 a.m. and the case was called up, and the prosecutor of the Nigerian police could not produce the two accused persons. Instead of producing the two accused persons, they asked the judge to issue a bench warrant for my arrest. But the judge refused to grant their prayers. And the judge said, despite the fact that I have not been served, I sent representation to the court. And the main principal accused persons are absent in court. So she cannot grant them bench warrant for my arrest. To cut a long story short, the matter has been adjourned to May the 10th. The opportunity and in the principle of justice to call on the Inspector General of Police that within 48 hours, he must produce these two accused persons. Because despite the fact that they are accused, they are presumed innocent until proven guilty. They also have right to life. So the police must, as a matter of urgency, produce these two accused persons. Failure to do so, I am going to sue the IG for intimidation, for harassment, for blackmail, for mental assault. Because Nigeria is not a banana republic. They cannot escape. They must produce them either dead or alive.
The suspects were detained by Kogi State Police Command in Lokoja, the state capital, while the investigation continued. The Kogi State Commissioner of Police, Ali Janga, in the press briefing said there was a jailbreak. The suspect and 4 others escaped from the custody in the early hour of Wednesday. It will be recalled that the 2 suspects were paraded by the first public relations officer, Jimo Moshood, on March 17, who said they were part of armed gang terrorizing the residents of the state. Moshood said the suspects were arrested with a cache of arms which they claim have been supplied to them by Senator Melaye, the lawmaker representing Kogi West.
Lovely place, right?
Yes.
What's wrong? You don't look happy.
Take a look around. Why can't my hotel be like this?
I knew something was wrong, but I've got solution.
Solution? What?
Nanit.
Nanit?
Nanit offers you design solutions, building plans and construction, furnishing and equipping, financing, management, audit services, and many more services for a better hospitality business. Nanit, service with a smile.
In a bid to put an end to regular trips to foreign countries to get training on firefighting techniques in the aviation sector, the federal government has approved a total sum of 4.2 billion naira for the acquisition of fire simulators for the Nigerian College of Aviation Technology, Zaria. Briefing newsmen after the weekly Federal Executive Council meeting in Abuja, Minister of State for Aviation Hadi Sirika said the contract sum is for the design, manufacture and installation of fully automated fire and smoke aircraft training simulator. He explained that this simulator, which will be sited at the Nigerian College of Aviation Technology Zaria, would be used to train manpower staff to tackle emergencies arising from fire at the nation's airport. Over the years, Nigeria's aviation sector has been fraught with challenges mostly bordering on air safety.
The Pan-Yoruba Socio-Political Organization, Afenifere, and the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria have called on the federal government to act fast in securing the release of the last Dapship schoolgirl, Leah Shairibu, still held captive by the Boko Haram terrorists. Afenifere also called on the United Nations to investigate incessant killing by Fulani herdsmen across the country. Afenifere's position was contained in a communique issued at the end of its monthly meeting held at the residence of its leader, Chief Reuben Fasonosi in Akure, the Ondo State capital, while the PFN was contained in a statement signed by the national president, Felix Omobode. The Pan-Yoruba Group communique was read to journalists by its publicity secretary, Yinka Odumake.
The Central Bank of Nigeria has released the sum of $210 million into different segments of the interbank foreign exchange market. Figures released by the bank show that it offered the total sum of $100 million to the wholesale window, while the small and medium enterprises window received the sum of $55 million. The invincible segment, comprising tuition fees, medical payments, and basic travel allowance, among others, got $55 million. According to the bank, the latest intervention is in continuation of the bank's commitment to maintain stability in the market, as well as enhance production and trade. The monetary regulator was pleased with the cooperation by players in the interbank market, which it noted had enjoyed a great deal of stability and seamless access of customers to foreign exchange following regular interventions. CBN had last Friday sustained its intervention in the forex market by injecting the sum of $339.89 million in the retail secondary market intervention sales. Meanwhile, the Naira continued to exchange against the US dollar at 360 Naira to a dollar on the BDC segment of the market.